Mykell, I'm going to hate myself for asking this, but how are you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing. The Chiefs took care of business. The Chiefs are the team to beat in the remaining 4, and we have the greatest quarterback to ever quarterback in the NFL. I don't care what you say, Hines. His name is Patrick Mahomes, the Grim Reaper.
Blasphemy! Bow, 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 bow. And don't worry, we'll get to talk about the Chiefs in a little bit, Mykell. But right now,
I got a lot to say.
We're going to start with, by far, in my opinion, the 2 most important games of this weekend. We're going to start with the Rams and the Bucs. Okay, Mykell.
Great game.
Tom Brady's late game heroics came up short, and the classic tale of what we've seen from Tom did not happen. So I want to ask you, right here, right now, what are your reactions to Brady being sent home early?
I just thought that the matchup was a good matchup for the Rams. You know, the Rams took care of business earlier in the year, and their pass rush got better. You know, you add in Von Miller. Aaron Donald is still there, of course.
Yes.
Leonard Floyd has played amazing, but major shout out to Matthew Stafford. Though his team fumbled 4 times, they still were able to get that win. With the Bucs, they just came up short because they were short-handed. You have no AB. Shout out to AB. Great job on the I Am an Athlete episode. But you should have been at the game, man. But no Chris Godwin because of injuries, and it came back to hunt the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I told everyone last year, they won the Super Bowl because they had so much talent. It was easy
for Brady
to slide in there, and the defensive line got hot. But that secondary was bad, and it proved itself again that they were bad. And shout out to the Rams, man. Big-time win.
You shouted out the Rams defense. No, I'm not giving them any credit. And the reason why is because the 24-point comeback. Yes, chef's kiss style 24-point comeback between the 3rd and the 4th quarter by one, as you like to call him, Mr. Tom Brady. He did all of that without, as you astutely pointed out, Godwin, AB, Perryman. Nonetheless, Tom Brady was able to will this team back in a game that we all thought was a foregone conclusion of a loss after the play in the 1st and the 2nd quarter. He was able to drive this team back, and they only lost by a field goal. What was the score at one point? Give me the largest disparity.
27-3?
Yeah, 27-3. And they lost 30-27.
Yes.
I'm not giving any love to the Rams defense because that same defense is about to get demolished next weekend against the 49ers.
Man,
that being said, I want people to remember this. The storyline of this game wasn't the Rams ultimately breaking through, wasn't Odell Beckham Jr. and Matt Stafford getting even further in their first year in the postseason. Sean McVay getting revenge over Tom Brady, after playing him against the Super Bowl. The storyline of this game is Tom Brady falling short of his classic career comeback story. And now entering the offseason, we'll have to worry about Tom playing or not. I'm going to get this out of the way real quick. As a Pats fan, the same way I said don't ever count against Tom Brady about this game, I'm saying don't count against Brady coming back. The guy has already made it explicitly
to New England
clear.
Or Tampa Bay?
I freaking wish New England. It ain't happening. Actually, not really. Kind of. Maybe one-day contract to retire if that's the case. But look, he's going to come back. He has all the incentive to keep playing if the luster is still there.
Yeah.
Of course, there's going to be a lot of decisions, especially in free agency. I think they're ranked like the 11th most salary cap strapped team going into this postseason. They have a lot of players that are coming up for free agency, but Tom will be back. So I want to ask you, Mykell, will Mr. Brady continue his legacy next season?
Because he wants to play to 45, and that team has so much talent that even right now today, you know that they're going to be one of the favorites for next year. So he'll be back soon. But, hey, the Rams tried to give them the game, but Tampa Bay couldn't finish the job.
Now we got to talk about arguably, no, not even arguably. To me, this was not only the game of the year, and mind you, I'm talking about 2021 and 2022. People don't come at me with it's the new year.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about the game across all sports of the year, and that is the Bills-Chiefs thriller last night. So, Mykell, I can't believe I'm going to ask you this. What are your reactions to last night's Chiefs winner?
It may have been the greatest playoff game we've ever seen.
False.
But, man, just first I got to give major kudos to Josh Allen, who played amazing. He looked like baby Mahomes out there, which was amazing football.
Call him Josh Allen. He's got a name.
baby Mahomes, like I said. And then you had Gabriel Davis, who 4 touchdowns. Not even the great Jerry Rice was able to achieve that. So much love to those guys. But it wasn't enough. The Kansas City Chiefs are the best team remaining with the best player in the league, possibly ever, by the time he retires. The Chiefs just were able to step up. It's Mamba mentality. Most teams with 13 seconds left, the Cowboys couldn't even get a snap off. But the Chiefs were able to get 2 plays, tie the game, and once they got it in overtime, I knew it was over. The defense kind of struggled, but you're going against Josh Allen, who was very hot, and then the injury to Honey Badger with the concussion, get well soon. But the Chiefs did their part. They got their win. Now Pat gets another home game. I can't wait for next week.
This was the game of the year,
Yes.
hands down. And I
Hands
also
down.
want to take a moment to say that this may have been, from a pure eye and stat perspective, the most evenly battled QB duel of the year and maybe in the last 10 years. This is one of the most evenly battled duels. Let me give you the stats. Josh Allen, 397 total yards, 68 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns, and 14 points under 2 minutes
Yes.
at the end of the game. Pat Mahomes, 447 total yards, 69 rushing yards, and 1 rushing touchdown with 3 passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Numbers almost eerily identical. And if you looked with the eye test on a lot of those plays, especially late in the game, similar movement, similar ability to move out of the pocket, to also make things happen on the fly.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. This was one of the most evenly battled games, and it's unfortunate that I have to go to this point, that Josh Allen did everything for the Bills, and his defense lost him this game.
Agreed.
We can point to numerous plays throughout the game. We'll go with a couple. Right now, Tyreek's 64-yard touchdown.
Cheetah!
Kelsey's game winner, and also the overtime catch to set them up and move them downfield.
Yep.
McKinnon's big plays.
Yeah.
And most importantly, I can't believe I'm going to say this, Bills defense. All you had to do was prevent 44 yards to win a game.
13
Squib
seconds.
a kick. You got 13 seconds. You screw up a kicking play, and then you had to just prevent 44 yards. And what do? You blew it. As soon as the Chiefs got the side of the coin they wanted for overtime,
I love this.
it was over. Can we point out the irony of how the Chiefs won an OT, loved every moment, especially after a couple years ago where they complained about losing an OT against my Patriots?
Yeah.
Yes, we can talk about the irony. Look, great win by the
point toss
Chiefs.
rule, I love it.
Look, the Chiefs played an amazing game. Josh Allen played an amazing game. The Bills defense is the reason why the Bills will not be in the Super Bowl this year.
Agreed.
And mark my words right here, right now. Shout out to Mark Gunnels for that one. You're going to have the Buffalo Bills in next year's Super Bowl. I'm calling it right here, right now. Not even at the conference
never
game.
learn.
We are going to see the Bills in the postseason next year. Fans, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell us what you think about the latest stuff that we're discussing on this episode. Are you agreeing with our takes on what occurred for the divisional round games? Are you agreeing with some of our hot takes that we're about to make for our predictions? Find out more. Go check us out on social medias. We are at Don't At Me TV. He is at Mykell the PG. I am at Himes LA. We got our producer E behind the mic right now on the boards and 1s and 2s, and he is E Lamb squared with a 5 instead of an S. Fans, we appreciate you. Let's jump right now into the predictions, Mykell.
Let's do it.
You ready for this?
I am so ready.
All right, let's start with Joe Cool and the Bengals.
Joe Cool too.
Yeah.
Nick Hamilton was mad.
Joe Hio and the Bengals versus Patrick Mahomes and the KC Chiefs.
I think that them winning 34-31 at home, the Chiefs were able to take a lot of footage from that. The Chiefs were winning most of that game.
Yes.
They just gave it away at the end. And I think that the Chiefs are going to be ready to go. I'm looking to see what's up with the Honey Badger. Hopefully he's ready to go. Hopefully Fenton is ready to go. But I still trust the Chiefs. It's in Arrowhead. I can't go against Patrick Mahomes in Arrowhead versus a younger team. If it's Tom Brady's the only quarterback to ever beat him in the postseason. He's done it twice. So if it's not Tom Brady, I'm going Chiefs because Pat is going to make it happen through the air or on the ground, which, by the end of this postseason, he may be the all-time leader in rushing yards for the Chiefs.
I don't want to hear it.
Shout out Patrick Mahomes. I got him in the Super Bowl, baby.
All right, Mykell, real quick, I just want to ask you, who was one of the teams that Brady was on when he beat the Chiefs in the postseason?
I only remember the latest one.
That's right. The New England Patriots. Week 17 is the only evidence that we have, right? And that's kind of unfair given, the ridiculous game that we had seen that day.
Yep.
Jamar Chase will not be having another 266-yard day on 11 receptions. Let's make that exponentially clear.
Agreed.
It is incumbent upon the Bengals corners to do their damn job. It is incumbent upon them to step up. I'm talking about Eli Apple, Trey Flowers, Chidobe Owezi. I'm talking about you guys stepping up. Got an assignment this week. Watch the film on Kelsey. Watch the film on Hill, Hardman, Williams, all of these guys, even down to Byron Pringle. Watch that film and be ready. We all like Pringles. Shout out to Pringles, the #1 sponsor of Don't At Me TV.
Fact.
We appreciate you. Although, I want to say that the Chiefs are going to have to go out of their way to get creative in this game. This is a lot of we're going to see a lot of the stuff that isn't normally in the playbook for this game in particular, I feel like. I feel like we're going to see a lot of trick plays. We're going to see a lot of Mahomes really going improv and getting downfield and making a lot of things happen. Ultimately, though, I am rolling with the experience and the quarterback that has been there and done that, and that is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, especially if they're going to allow our D-line to dominate close to what the Titans did, we're not losing that game. They gave up 9 sacks. We're not losing that game with Chris Jones.
How many sacks?
Those guys
How many sacks did they give up?
9.
And what happened? They won that game, right?
19-16.
Yeah, they won that game. They won that game.
Chiefs. So we got Chiefs. What's next,
Oh,
man?
my God. All right, fine. Now we got to talk about by far the most intriguing game of them all.
You know what I call these two teams?
What?
The Super Bowl runner-ups.
Oh, God. Producer E sitting in the background getting his dance on because he knows what's going to happen. We're talking about the 49ers and the Rams.
Yes.
Mykell, are you ready for this matchup?
Man.
The rematch of Week 18?
It's going to be very exciting. It's the third game that these two teams get to play against each other. I am really excited. It's in L.A., and I hate to say it, E, but the Chiefs are going to have to travel and play another road game in the Super Bowl because the Rams are going to take care of business. It's tough to beat a team 3 times, and the Rams are at home, and Jimmy Garoppolo, I just can't trust. They only scored 3 points as an offense against the Packers.
Yeah.
That's not going to cut it. They shouldn't have won Week 18. The Rams are going to be ready to go. I have the Chiefs-Rams in the Super Bowl, and I predicted at the beginning of the year it will be the Chiefs versus the NFC West team, and it's going to be the Rams.
He's trying to pull his prediction card like he's
the
saving
Rams.
himself. All right, let me tell you
LA
something.
in the house, baby.
We've seen the evidence. We've seen the tape. We have seen what Deebo Samuel is. We also know what Jimmy Garoppolo is not. But that being said, the San Francisco 49ers are going to continue this streak. They are going to come into LA and they are going to beat the Los Angeles Rams.
Okay.
They're going to beat the Los Angeles Rams, and I'm so confident.
Yeah.
Because we've seen the evidence. We've seen what Deebo Samuel is able to do. We've seen what that defense is able to do. As long as the guys like Nick Bosa and them are healthy and ready to go coming into this week, I guarantee you we're going to have a Super Bowl rematch.
Don't add him
49ers and the Chiefs back to back. We are going for it at this point.
Yeah.
I can't imagine Jimmy Garoppolo having an amazing impact, but that being said, at this point, the Rams are going to falter, sputter, putter like nutter butter, and it's going to be a 49ers Chiefs rematch. And fans, at this point, we got to tell you the usuals. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell us what you liked about today's episode. Do you agree with our predictions? Are you rolling with the Bengals, the Chiefs, the 49ers, the Rams? Let us know. Check us out on social media, fans. We love you. Mykell, what you want to say?
Peace.